Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dave, and this is Ghetto Van Adventures. So, Ant's Tiny Life tagged me in the 10 Van Life Questions Challenge. Might as well hit it. Okay, the first question is, what is the make and model of your van? Well, my van is a 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan, 3.8 liter V6, 4-speed automatic transmission, and I put a push bar on the front. I run big tires on it. I got it lifted, roof rack, big driving light, tire on top, and that's it. There it is, right there in all its glory. The Ghetto Van. Okay, question number 2. How long did your van build take? Not long at all. Like, I did in a day, basically. I put the light on, wired it. What else did I do? I put the roof rack on, tire on, and I threw the futon in the back. Like, I had a futon from my other van. Threw that in the back. I have no cabinets, no cupboards or anything. I put my stove in there, my bucket, utensils, clothes, some food. That was it. I was done. So it took me a day to prepare the van. Now, later on, don't get me wrong, later on, I did lift the suspension. I did put the push bar on, but the day I started out, boom, it took a day. So, like I say, the van, I got a Grand Caravan just for the point I could fit the futon in, and that's why I sleep on. I love it. Okay, question number 3. Where has been your favorite place to stay in your van? Anywhere where there's water. Okay, I like PEI. It's clean. It's very comfortable. It's a nice place. I like PEI, and like it's an island, it's Prince Edward Island, Canada. So it's surrounded by water, so it's no problem finding water. One other spot I do like, and I'll give you the story beside it. When I went to Newfoundland a few years back, when I still had my dog Bear, when I went to Newfoundland, I went Baie-Comeau, Labrador City, Goose Bay, and around, took the ferry across Newfoundland, did that. When I was coming back from Labrador City to Baie-Comeau, Quebec, it's about an 8-hour drive. About halfway down on my right-hand side, I noticed this body of water that looked really nice. So I finally found a road that went down to it. Like, I tried a few I couldn't get through. I finally found one I could get through. Got down to the bottom. It was beautiful. So I had the back open, I had the music playing, I had my chair out, made a little fire pit, went swimming. There was tons of fish. In the evening, I speared a couple fish. Like, I tied my knife on a stick and I speared a couple fish. And my dog and I, Bear, she sat with me at the fire that night, and I cooked up the fish, and I was giving her some, I'm eating some. I felt like a real man. But I think at that point, it was just not long after my strokes, I think I felt like I loved myself again. And I feel that is important in van life, because you're by yourself a lot of the time, unless you're traveling with somebody, but you're by yourself. And if you don't like your own company, if you don't like who you are, it's gonna be a long friggin' life. So that was kind of a game changer for me. So that spot always holds a special feeling to me, because I just loved it. I was with my dog at night. The stars were out. The moon was bright. It's just beautiful. I stayed there, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and I go back regularly. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. Sorry, that was kind of long-winded. Okay, question number 4. Where has been the worst place to stay in your van? I haven't had one yet. I like all of them. I like the Walmarts. I really appreciate Walmarts for letting me stay. I've stayed at Home Depots. I've stayed all over the place. Middle of the woods, and like, I don't think I've had a worse place to stay in my van. I've had some experiences, like I was told my motorcycle, I told you guys before, I was towing my motorcycle once and some guys tried to steal it, and when I jumped out of the van, they were a little surprised. And I think that's a lot with me too, because number one, I don't park around, like all the RVs will park on one end of the Walmart, I'll park on the other end, and I like my solitude. So I'm not getting caught up in the riffraff maybe. Plus a lot of the time I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I like my solitude. I like traveling. I like exploring. And plus I'm a big guy. Okay, nobody will mess with me. So worst place to stay in my van, I haven't had one yet. Sorry. Number 5, how many people have you had in your van at one time? I had, including myself, me, my nephew, and the dog. They were fighting for the spot right there. And my nephew's wife, Metzi, my niece. We went on road trips and that sort of stuff. So 3, including a dog. There you go. Question number 6. Have you had any van disasters? This is Ghetto Van 2. Ghetto Van 1 was written off in Halifax. This guy hit me, and nobody's fault. It's an accident. It was written off, and thank goodness I had good insurance, and I got a van, and I got back to get me another van, and this Ghetto Van 2. But that was a big disaster because you lose your van, you lose your place to sleep, you lose your house. I had another experience where I had a mechanical failure, and it was over the holidays, and it was like minus 30 something, like minus 36, and the wind, and that was without the wind. The wind was something ridiculous. It was so cold. I couldn't start my car. Well, I could start it, but I wasn't getting any heat. And because of the holidays now, it took me, I think it was 4 days to get the part in. It was pretty vile. It was a pretty vile 4 days, but life on the road, things can happen. So yeah, I've had a couple of disasters. What is the favorite feature of your van? It's kind of, okay, one of the coolest features I have, and it's kind of a favorite feature, it's my big light on top. Because I have gotten into some spots like middle of the woods or whatever, and I can turn on that light and I can see everything. When I'm traveling these back roads at night, I can turn on my light, and you'd be surprised how many deer and other critters are standing off the side of the road waiting to jump in front of you. So I think the driving light, but my favorite feature, you know what, it's nothing to do with the interior, it's my engine. It gets me great gas mileage for a van. Like I talked to other guys that are getting horrible gas mileage, and that's why I chose this van. Maybe I'll step up, but for right now, this van is great. I can turn on my heat because it gets me amazing gas mileage and lets me have the ability to travel everywhere cheap. So the engine. As I'm editing this, I realized that for some reason the audio went south on this one question, so I'm going to redo it right now. Number 8, what is your least favorite part about van life? My least favorite part is rain. Plain and simple. Snow, I can brush snow off, I can stay warm, I can stay dry. Rain, I just get soaked. And there's nothing worse than when you're 500 miles away from a town and it rains for a couple days and you're trapped in your van. I hate that. So, yeah, I think for question number 8, the least favorite part about van life, rain. Question number 9, what is your favorite part about van life? The things I have seen. I have seen, if I didn't do this, and I didn't do it the way I do it, I would never see the stuff I have found. I have found, one spot I found, I don't know if you know what an Inukshuk is, but there was hundreds of them made. And I'm going, this is awesome. I have found falls. I have found ocean spots. I have found so much stuff that I wouldn't have found if I didn't do van life, if I didn't do van life the way I do it, because I like to explore. I like cities, don't get me wrong, I hang around cities and that sort of stuff, but I like also to get out and take these back roads and see where they take me and see if I can find cool and interesting stuff. And the stuff I have found over the years is incredible. And that's my favorite part about van life. It's giving me the ability to find all this cool stuff. Okay, 10. Question number 10. Any tips for those about to embark upon their van life adventure? Well, Einstein Life said, have some backup money. And I'm telling you, you need backup money, because things can crap out in your vehicle just like that. Tires, alternators, batteries, idler pulleys, just stuff like that. What happens if your van goes down? What if it's going to be days before it's fixed and you need a place to stay? Well, you got to get a hotel room or whatever. You have to have the backup. Okay, one other thing I've always said is, before you go into van life, borrow a van, rent a van, whatever. You probably know somebody with a minivan. Maybe trade cars with them and say, listen, I want to use your van for a week, and take it away, rent a van for a week, try it out, because it isn't for everybody. I've talked to a lot of people on the road, and they have said they hated it, just because they didn't like the alone time, or they didn't realize the cost involved, or it's true. It is very true, because you get out there, things look great. Hey, van life, woohoo, I'm going to travel all over the place. Then you get 1,000 miles away and you're broke. So you have to be prepared. You have to see if it suits you. Like I've heard other people talk and say, oh, get the most van you can buy with your money. Well, yeah, you buy an old van, you're going to fix it. Okay? You buy a new van, well, just because it's newer doesn't mean that it's going to be better, but there's less of a chance of something breaking down. And if you buy new enough, you get warranty. But you got to lay out a lot of money. What if you don't like it? So what I say is, borrow a van, rent a van, try it out a little bit. See if it's something that you like, if you can afford van life. Next thing, be mentally prepared for it, because if you're going out on your own, you're going to have to deal with yourself. Okay, guys, here's my picks. Sorry, I'm going to sucker you guys into it. Here's who I'm going to tag: Nomadic Vanman and Life of Chuck. Those two I'm going to put in. I like their channels a lot. I'll put them in the description below, along with Anne's Tiny Life, who suckered me into this. I'll put the 3 down. Check them all out. They're great channels. I hope you enjoy them. And I hope you enjoy these 10 things about van life from me. I'm a little long-winded. I think too much on stuff. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You guys take care. Please be safe on the road.